Welcome to everyone to Sauce Time Gaming and to episode 4 of our Recoil Breakdown series, where we break down every single recoil attachment for the Vanguard weapons in Warzone Pacific to give you the best recoil setup possible. Now, today we're going to be covering the Bren LMG, which seems to be surfacing as one of the best weapons right now. It seems that a lot of competitive players are turning to the Bren for their gameplays, and it is in part because of one of its attachments, which causes it to not have a sort of damage range drop off. So it's a very powerful attachment. However, today we're going to be breaking down all the recoil attachments for it, talking about how you can use this barrel for an interesting setup. And of course, we'll talk about the best recoil setup and what sort of the meta setup would look like for most players. Now, as you're looking at the testing right now, you could notice that there are some attachments that I went ahead and had to do some double testing on them, in the same clip sort of, because with the Bren, it does have the weirdest recoil pattern of the LMG category, but on top of that, it does give a lot of inconsistent recoil patterns for the same attachment, which was a little weird, but ultimately we were able to find the best attachment, and we're going to be sharing that with you right now. So I have three setups for you, and to be honest, there's really just one sort of practical setup that I think a lot of people are going to be using, sort of the meta setup for it, but I'm still going to talk about a couple of interesting ways that you can kit this weapon out and maybe use a weapon that's a little bit different. So for sort of the best long range approach here, and this is to have sort of that extended damage range. I don't have the exact values, of course. You can check out people like JGod, True Game Data. They can definitely get you those values, but you can run the Mercury Silencer here, which I do know that normally we tend to run the MX Silencer, but because the only downside to this one is the damage range, and we have this barrel here, the Queen's 705mm Royal, which has this damage profile that doesn't diminish over range. You can sort of pair these two together to be able to keep that damage consistent. Now, the bipod is by far the best attachment to control recoil. It is a conditional way to control recoil, but if you do have sort of everything coming together the best way for you, in which you can maybe mount or crouch comfortably, this will definitely be the best way to control recoil here. So you can run the 50 round mag. Again, this is just to really get maximum damage output, but you can run really any mag you feel more comfortable with. This is again just more of a different type of long range setup to kind of keep the maximum damage. You can run the incendiaries here. It does affect your bullet velocity and your damage range, but again, the damage range is being compensated by the barrel, and the bullet velocity is kind of something you'll have to check out yourself. Stippled grip tape, tight grip, fully loaded is just the best one here, I would say. Oaken shield, 12B stock, and the optic is whatever you would prefer. If I were to try this setup out, again, I'm giving you all of this information based on the recoil, sort of the best recoil for this type of setup. I would run an optic that has recoil control in the description, because then it can kind of just give you that added benefit, right? So yeah, this would be sort of an interesting long range off meta type of setup, I could maybe say. Now, if we talk about the best recoil build, it would have to be this one right here. The G28 compensator, the Queen's 775mm Scepter, which gave the best recoil control. The bipod again, the 40 round mag, which gives you that extra benefit of more recoil control. Hatched grip, tight grip, and the Oaken shield 12B. Of course, again, this weapon is not suppressed because it has the G28 compensator. So you can change this up maybe if you want, and the recoil doesn't affect you that much, to the MX Silencer. And then the ammunition may be lengthened, run fully loaded for the perk 2 if you want, and then whatever sight you prefer. I would probably run the 3 to 6x here, because I just like that sight, it's very clean. And then the last one here, which is pretty much the practical setup, I would say run with the MX Silencer. Again, the Queen's 775mm Scepter barrel. This one just gives the best recoil control. You can run the bipod if you don't mind, again, this sort of conditional recoil control, but if you don't want to run that, run the M1941 handstop. This one surprisingly showed very good recoil control towards the weapon, although stat wise this one technically helps more with the control. as you saw from the testing before, this one seemed to give more benefits. So Sakura 40 round mag here just to get that extra. Recoil control, stipple grip tape, tight grip, open shield 12V, and then, you know, same old here. The ammunition, whatever you want to run, I would probably run lengthened, and then the optic here, maybe a 2.5x. And yeah, there you have the setup, or the setups. And there we have it, the recoil breakdown for the Bren LMG. If you do like these setups and you do try them out, let me know in the comment section down below if you did find them helpful, and if there is a weapon you would like for me to break down before all the others, then let me know in the comment section down below and I will get to that weapon first. However, we will be covering all weapons ultimately in this series. If you did find today's video helpful, recommend it to a friend, subscribe to the channel if you do want to watch all the regulars for Sauce Time Gaming. Thank you so much if you did reach the end of this video. Click the like button down below, it really does help the channel grow. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and always remember, Sauce Time Gaming.